We are live. Let's get some music. And I have with me an incredible guest. I am so happy today. All right, welcome everyone to a new episode of our leadership series. Today with me, I have a star in business and an incredible woman connecting with me, Ayo Nova. Welcome. I'm so honored to have you with me today.
The honor and the pleasure is all mine to be part of your unique space and in your energy. It's a blessing. Thank you so
Oh
much.
dear. Oh my God. Well, so let me introduce a bit of you because you're incredible. You're a social entrepreneur, you're an angel investor, you're a conscious wealth mentor. So we're gonna talk millions today, and I'm so excited. But above all, you just launched an incredible book based on 5,000 women of research on 5,000 women. And that's an incredible thing. The future of business is female. So welcome. Tell us all about your incredible journey. And let's get started with how did it begin for you?
Thank you so much for the intro. Well, if I need to be honest with you, I was on a slightly different path when I started. So I was in the corporate world. I was still doing marketing and I was still doing content creation. I used to work for really, really big companies out there, and I was still managing and leading teams. However, there was a turning point. And the turning point happened a couple of years ago when I met this lady. Her name is Naledi, and I speak about her in the book as well. She is the turning point.
Okay.
So she used to be on the reception. So she was a receptionist in the gym that I was attending back in South Africa when I was living there. And we became really close friends. And there were moments when I saw the lady was really suffering. Like she was really sad. Some days she will be so good. And then the next day she will be super sad. And you couldn't tell what's happening until I asked her to share what's the problem? What's the issue? And she was very honest with me, and she said that she has been stuck for years in her toxic marriage with a husband who has been seriously abusing her. He was a serious narcissistic person, serial cheater as well. So it was horrible. And she couldn't exit this relationship because she had two kids with him, two very small kids.
Mhm.
And she said, "Do you think I haven't tried leaving Io?" Because I just told her, "Leave his stupid ass." That was literally what I said. And I could leave. I've been in an unfaithful relationship, and I think every woman can relate to that. Every single woman has been in at least one relationship when the person has not been loyal, faithful, or treating them right. And I was able to leave because I wasn't codependent. In fact, I was making
Good
more
for
money,
you.
and I left, but she couldn't. And I got so sad. I thought to myself, how come this woman work so hard and she's not able to leave and afford to live a normal life? And just to give you some perspective, back
Mhm.
then, so that was 80 years ago, she was making about $250 a month.
Mm. Yeah, that's the
And
minimum.
even for South Africa, that is too little. And so I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything. And I said,
To
this
change.
needs to change. I need to help this woman. And at that time, besides working for a really, really big company, I was
Yeah.
also doing my first business. I had my first business at that time. It was a video editing agency.
Okay.
It was going really well. I was making a lot of money until it
Wow.
wasn't.
You're quite impressive. So
Yeah.
you learned business while being in the corporate world. But
No, I learned business when I was 40 days old. and that's not a mistake. I was 40 days old. My mom literally brought me to our small family business. We have a pottery business, and I was just 40 days. My
So,
mom
so
brought
you
me to.
breastfed the business.
Literally, I grew
Yes,
up. But
I love that.
I just wanted to finish my story about the
Please.
lady, because after some time, 6 months after that, the lady left that relationship. She became super successful personal trainer in Cape Town, and she migrated. She actually went to Dubai right when everybody was looking for a personal trainer. She
Yes.
became super successful. She launched her company. She started the supplement company, and a couple of years ago she sent me a screenshot of how she managed to hit, I think she hit either 3 or 4 million in the
Wow.
business.
So you create millionaires and you coach
I
them without knowing.
I do that. This is one of my favorite things, to create female millionaires. And so far, I've helped 25 women to do that from almost zero or very humble beginnings,
That's
just like Naledi.
incredible. I think everybody needs to listen to you. Everybody needs to read your book. This is like, wow, 25 from nothing.
25 incredible women from different cultures, different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different ages. So
Yeah,
this makes me very happy, because for me, a thriving woman is a woman who has financial stability.
it is. Yes, exactly. What do they have in common? These women that were able to reach that level of success and wealth. What do they have with this? Yeah. What do they have?
Well, besides working with me,
Yeah, no, that we know.
they,
That we know.
there's
Working with
one
you.
thing.
Mm.
All of them are so stubborn, because
Ah, okay.
they knew there is no plan B. They
Ah,
knew this is it or nothing else.
okay,
This is
so
it. I'm gonna make it.
this is good. They knew there was no plan B because they didn't have the choice or the luxury of plan B, or they didn't give it to themselves because they
No,
could
and they knew that they will make it happen. They didn't know how, they didn't know how long
go.
it's going to take, they didn't know anything, but they just knew, and they gave it all. I mean, these are women who were working hard, and I'm not afraid to say that, because there seems to be some war on working hard. You know, everybody claims that this is a hustle culture, but in business, especially when you're just starting, who else is going to lay the foundations and work hard if it's not the founder, and if it's not you? Now, what's important is, not to continuously struggle and grind, and not to give yourself the permission to rest. Now, that's the problem. But I also don't subscribe to the narrative of shaming people for loving what they do. In fact, when we started this talk, I told you this is my 10th goal. And you looked
Yes,
me like
and
that.
I
And
was
I
like,
said,
"What?
it's a Tuesday. It's a
It's
Tuesday.
Tuesday." Yeah,
Yeah,
and but you said something extremely important though. It's not every day 10 calls.
exactly.
That's
No.
the thing, and that's where the secret
But
lies.
I want to say that I've done that. And I'm saying this with the warning that I understand my energy capacity and potential. I have done that. I know in this life, I know what's worth giving your all. And you gotta see me in some things that I don't see the potential, or I don't see the love, or I don't see the connection, I don't see it.
Mm,
I'm not gonna give my all. But
mm.
if I know that this is the thing, I will give my all, and I will be in it. And you know what? I don't care if I have to work every single day, because for me, that's the thing that's driving me. That's the thing that I love. That's the thing that I'm passionate about. That's the thing that gives me life and energy. For example, last week I was so sick. I was so sick, like a dog, but I've scheduled everything. And normally I will cancel
And you
when I'm
didn't.
so sick. I didn't. And by the end of the day, I felt so much better after doing the things that I love doing.
You know, I love what you just said. It's just incredible and it's music to my ears because this is like the embodiment of that song by Queen that say the show must go on. No matter
Yes.
what you are, no matter how you go through life, you just carry on your show
If
if you want
it's
to
if
help.
it is your show,
If it exactly. Ah, yes.
because you
Thank
can be
you.
playing someone else's show.
Thank you. Yes.
And a
Yeah.
lot of women do that.
They play someone else's show.
They are play either someone else's show or they are part of their show, but they're not the main star.
So
They're not the
you're,
main lead. They're like a support somewhere there, or maybe the light person.
yeah. So this is a call to everyone to step in the show and be the lead of the show. And that's leadership, right? This is about leadership. Yeah.
It is about leadership and it is about honesty.
I like that. Tell us
Because
more.
you have to be very honest. What is your show? What is it going to take? It will cost something. Everything costs something. So you
Mm,
will have to choose what will be the cost. And do not make the cost your health, your
yeah.
dignity, your
Mm,
happiness. Make it
mm,
cost your fears. Make it
yes.
cost your old self that you're shifting.
Mm,
Make let the cost be your feeling of unworthiness,
mm.
your false programming, your limit. Pay with that. You have plenty of them, girl. You have lots of these negative things that you can use as credit. Use
That's
as
so
a credit to
true.
pay the
I
debt.
love this. You are incredible because we have so many things and we don't pay with the right thing, the currency.
Exactly. Use the right. Exactly. Use the
Right
right coin,
currency.
girl.
Yes, I love that. And the right currency is fear, it's doubt, it's maybe shame of not making it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Procrastination
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
It's also victimhood mentality.
Mm.
We have so many, and when I say you, I mean all of us.
Yeah, we do.
We have so many things that we can trade.
Yes. Oh, yes. And
And
it's
you have to when you stand
mm,
in and you live what you truly want to experience in life, you will pay with these things every day.
yeah. So you have to be intentional and very conscious about what are you paying, what you're doing with. Yeah.
Self-awareness is key.
Self-awareness. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's where you come in because this is where you are such good at. It's the mindset, is understanding, and the self awareness. Yeah.
Self-awareness is a journey of a lifetime as a human being. And I think self-awareness has to be our priority.
Mm,
Can you imagine we spend lives, we spend life building businesses, we spend life taking care of kids,
we
we
do.
spend lives chasing a physical image that we want to achieve. This is how I want to look like. These are the clothes that I want to wear. We spend our lives educating ourselves, buying all the books. And then
Hmm.
we don't spend, when was the last time we scheduled time for self reflection, for building self awareness,
Mm,
for just sitting with ourselves, not even spirituality, but
yeah.
just sitting with ourselves,
Yeah.
explore, observing, and being like, huh.
Where is
Because
my
here's,
mind taking me?
because here's the thing, as I said, you are the star. You don't even watch your own movie.
That's true. I love that one. You let it pass, and no one else is enjoying it, and certainly not you. Yes.
Exactly, exactly. And you are your biggest fan, and you're not even watching your own show. You just let it pass and let it pass and let it pass. When are you gonna sit and watch it and admire the amazing creature that you are? Or
So,
sit with yourself and say, maybe I need to change a few things here and there in the script
do you do that? When do you do
every
that?
night.
Every night. How much
Every
time does it
night.
take you? Okay, we love
It
that.
it can take seconds, it can take a couple of minutes because when you close your eyes, the conscious subconscious mind works in a very different way. So self-observation can happen very fast. So
Mhm.
I do it throughout the day, but every single night, my routine is really simple.
Okay, tell us.
I try to go to bed as soon as possible, excluding Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Tuesdays
You
I
have
can
all
go
those calls.
after,
Yeah.
yes, Tuesdays I have calls, I have things going on, and I travel a lot, so I might go to bed after midnight, which I don't recommend to anybody, especially to women. But I do my best to be in bed by 8 p.m.
Okay.
That's it. 8 p.m. I gotta be in bed.
Wow. That's
Yes,
even my 8-year-old doesn't want to go to bed at 8 p.m. Oh my girl. And what time do you
eight,
wake up?
6 5:30,
So,
6
so
a.m.
you get your beauty sleep for real.
Well, the thing is, I wake up a lot during the night. That's another story that I'm trying to fix, not to wake up too much because I wake up a lot during the night.
Because yeah,
Um, but I go to bed at 8 o'clock and I will read a book or I will
okay.
listen to a book. And normally it will be a book that really is about self reflection.
Yes.
Currently, I'm reading, for example, um, Reality Transurfing. So that's a very deep book as well. So I will read that kind of a book, something like that. And after I'm done reading, when I close my eyes, the lights are down, I will be in relaxed state because
Great.
I've allowed myself to chill. So now I am with a rested heart rate, which is so important. Please check your rested heart rate before going to bed. It has to
Yes.
be very relaxed. And this is when I start the reflection. How did the day go? What
Yes.
happened? How did I react here? How did I react there?
I love
Could
that.
I have done something better? How am I showing up? How am I treating myself? Am I good to myself? So all these things come up,
Mm.
and as you can see, they can come really fast because it's
They
a
do.
thought
They do. They
process.
do. Yes.
And then it's interesting because I go to bed with this, then I a little bit visualize, I protect myself in a shield, and I go to sleep. And it's so interesting because my dreams are a continuation of this.
Of course, that's the subconscious mind. You've put the seed in, and
Exactly.
that's not only, and it's manifestation path.
Yes.
Magic,
And,
I'm
and
saying.
in my sleep, I really self reflect because now everything is stripped away. The subconscious is speaking, the conscious mind is speaking, alternative spaces are speaking. So all of these things are speaking. And when I wake up, I do my best that the first few seconds is I remember what I dreamt about.
Oh, wow. In the, yeah, as soon as you wake up.
As soon as I wake up, the first 17, 20 seconds are trying to remember what I dreamt about because then I can reflect on what is the other side showing me about
Mm.
myself.
I love that. This is incredible. You're like your own mentor. You mentor you.
The inner mentor, I speak about it in the book as well.
You
It's
do.
I do about the inner mentor,
I
absolutely,
cannot wait
because
to receive it and to read your book. I'm so excited.
I speak about obviously the inner critique,
Yeah.
which we as women have a lot. And then obviously I speak about the inner mentor. The inner mentor is so important. If you have an inner critique, and we all do, you will have to create the inner mentor who's supporting the inner critique.
Yes.
Because or else you will have a very miserable life and you might not even see yourself with the clear glasses, because if you're just looking through the glasses of your inner critique, you might see a very skewed picture of who you are.
Wow. That's incredible. So, which brings us to the book. Do you have a copy? I want to see it. We want to show it to everyone who can buy it.
I do have a copy. It's right in the back as well, but this there she is.
Congratulations. The book is beautiful. I'm going to drop the link for whoever wants to read it. You look stunning. You look
Thank
like
you.
a big boss.
I
Congrats.
know this is this photo shoot I did in Dubai actually, and everybody is saying that this photo shoot with the black suit and the jewelry and just sitting like that and with the Chanel and everything, the
Uh-huh.
Chanel suit, they say that I should apply to be a mafia boss. And the
Apply.
thing
You think you
is,
apply to those jobs?
I will apply. I will start my own mafia. It will be a different kind of a mafia, but I would
Yes.
love, love, love to be a mafia boss. And if a mafia is watching this, please get in touch. If you want to change the ways of the mafia industry,
Uh, because they can do a lot of good to the world as well. They can really
they could
do.
be the Robin Hood. I mean, Robin
Yeah.
Hood was you could see it as a mafia as well, but
Yes.
they
You
were just
can,
the
yeah.
positive one.
Yeah, because there is an ability to manage and to create a network in such a fast time. That's incredible. So, how did you do the book? And I think that's quite impressive because you have many examples and a big survey of women in business. Tell us about the journey of the book, writing this book.
It took me 4 years to
Wow.
write this book. 4 years. And one of the reasons was, first of all, I speak about controversial topics in the book. And so I wanted to make sure that when I bring these controversial topics, they are brought with understanding.
Mm.
Then I also bring a lot of facts. So this is not your typical feminine energy book. This is not another feminine energy book. This is book based on solid studies and solid
Facts.
research.
On facts, real facts.
Facts.
Mm.
Absolute facts. And I think this is important because I think this gives us perspective, and it also gives us the ability to create better solutions for all the
Mm.
things that are mentioned in the book.
Mm.
Then there was a lot of personal research as well. Also, I speak about the female brain, and this is a topic that is a complicated topic. I was just telling someone today on another interview that I had when I was sharing that it took me 4 years with another friend, acquaintance. She was like, "Oh, it took me 16 days to write my book," and I was like, "Girl, what's the book about?"
Exactly.
Because
Can you share? We're gonna pour on 16 days. Yeah.
exactly, because literally, probably took me 16 weeks just to read about the female brain, read all the
Yes, of
research
course.
that there
Of
is.
course.
And because even to date,
Mm.
any information we have, the female brain is we're just scratching the surface because the female
Mm.
brain has not been researched enough. So
Yes.
there's so much love, there's so much going on. All these 4 years, by the way, as I was writing this, I was transforming because the last 4 years,
100%. Of
I've
course.
catapulted a lot in businesses as well. And
Love
so
that. So proud of you.
it was
Love
my journey as well of growing
that. Yeah.
even more
Yeah.
after,
I love that.
during, and after writing that. So, yes, it was such a journey.
Yeah, I love it. And I love it that you pour in such a gift to women in business. I'm so proud of you and so honored to know you. I think I wish everyone can just, like take some of this and squeeze it in and just share it. Just like help
You
everyone.
gave me
Yeah,
goosebumps.
it's true because I like you saying to the word, okay, I made millions. I know how. Let me just tell you how. And let's all do that. I love that.
And
This is
it's
what we
not
want.
even and it's not even that, it's not even about the millions, to be
Okay.
honest with you. It
So
is,
what is it about?
I really want girls around this
Mm.
planet to read this. You come from a different side of the world. Where were you born?
I'm in Morocco. So in
Exactly.
Morocco, grew up in Morocco, lived in the US, and came back. And I
You're
work
from,
with women from
you
Morocco.
know it. You know
Yes,
it. You're from
yes,
Morocco. You're from a
yes.
world where women are still treated in a different way. You were not born in America. You
Hmm.
were not born in a place where they were already starting to pave the way for women. We
Mm.
come from countries, I come from Bulgaria, and even though probably it's slightly different than other countries, it's it's still different. It's
It,
so different.
yeah.
And I want girls, no matter where they come from, no matter their religion,
Yeah, I love
no
that.
matter the background, I want them to read this book or have access to this book or have access to this knowledge, this activation, this message, and know it is possible.
I love
I
this.
can be financially stable, I can be free. I don't have to count on somebody else. I can be, if I want to be a scientist, I can be a scientist. If I want to be an entrepreneur, I can be an entrepreneur. If
Exactly.
I want to be a doctor, I can
You
be a
can be a
doctor. If
doctor.
I want to be a president,
You can be
I can
that
be a
too.
president.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, because what's
Yes.
up with that photo that there's only one female leader? I understand that we are in some areas of the world it's predominantly male orientated because of religion and stuff like that, but it's 2025.
Five. And we want more of those leaders. Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
We want female representation. And some people say, there were people saying, it doesn't matter because you're not a woman. When you're a woman, when you're not a woman, it doesn't
You
matter.
say it doesn't matter. Yeah. I
Because in the book, I literally speak about women who are so successful
Mhm.
just because they saw one woman who was successful
True.
in the
I
field.
agree. I agree. I grew up. in the 80s and 70s and 80s. So there was no woman role model.
Exactly.
We looked up, my dad was my role model. He's an engineer. I wanted to be like him. And
Yes.
then you go look for whoever you might encounter on the path. Yes.
And it's different. It does something. It is pretty much similar to racial representation. A lot of people cannot fathom when they're like, oh, why do we need dolls like that? Or why do we need this? Why do we need? Because representation matters. Because when you're a child, you look at something and you say, you remember back in the days when the Barbie dolls were just blonde hair, blue eyes, and that's it. And a lot of girls grew up thinking I'm ugly because I have
Because
coils.
I don't have blue eyes.
I don't have blue eyes. I have coils. I have curly African hair, and I'm
That's my
black.
generation. We had only those that were this blue color. It's true. That's
And
so true.
a lot of women to this date are ashamed of their bodies. They're not confident. They judge themselves. Do you know that research literally shows that when a woman looks at herself in the mirror, most of the time she's judging something. Oh, look at that pore. Look at that pimple. If it even the most beautiful women, when they
Mm.
look at themselves in the mirror, that's why some psychologists do not recommend mirror work for some women because it works the other way around.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when men stand in front of a mirror, they're like, I look good.
Yeah.
They're like, look at that. And
Yeah.
there's no
Look at my
muscles, but they're
muscles.
still like, look at this. And there's nothing
Look at
there.
this. That's so true. I love that. That is so true. So spot on. Yeah. And I love the mission and the why behind the book, because you want to have girls and young women from their youngest age
Yes.
reading that it's possible for them, because it changes their paradigm, their way of thinking, and they start believing that they can make a difference. They can also be successful from very young age.
It
I am.
literally changes their physiology as well
Yeah.
because their
Very
brain
strange.
is wired in a
Yes.
different way. Their
Yes.
neurons are connecting in a different way. Their cells
Yeah.
are working in a different way. So we're not just speaking wow, wow, woo, woo, energy, mindset, and things that some people don't believe in that. We're literally speaking about flesh
It does. Yeah.
because I can see I was very fortunate and blessed to be born in a very supportive family. My
Mm.
father, when he was alive, he unfortunately passed away when I was 12,
Sorry.
was so supportive. My mom to this date, and the book is dedicated to her,
Yeah, that's so
to
sweet.
this date, this woman is so supportive.
Understood.
She, no matter what I tell her, she's like, you got this. In fact, she's a bigger supporter than I am to my own
To
self.
yourself.
Yes.
That's good. But you need that. You need a cheer leader.
And some
It's somebody.
people don't have that.
Mm.
Some girls don't have that. They don't have supportive fathers. In fact, some girls around the world has a father who, if they get raped, they will kill the daughter. Honor killings.
So sad. So
We
sad.
have that, and it makes me, I literally want to cry when I say that. When your own family betrays you, when
Yeah.
your dad rapes you or kills you, and people say we don't need feminism until a father rapes or kills or hurts his daughter, we need feminism.
We do.
Until a brother does that to his own sister,
That's so
the
sad.
statistics are shocking that women are being molested, abused, sexually abused, hurt and killed by their closest
So sad.
men. and
It's
and that and that is why this book was created, because if another man can read that, and I'm so grateful because I have so many male friends, I have male clients, they have been sending me messages saying, I bought this for my daughters, I bought this for my sons, I bought this for myself to read it.
that's amazing. I'm so happy that you brought a gift to all of us. I'm getting it for my daughters too. I have three daughters. And the very reason why I work for female leadership, it's because of my daughters.
Mm.
Because, and you said it so well, when we are young, at our age, maybe you're younger than me, we didn't have that leader to look up to. But today we need so many of them, and you're creating so many. I'm creating so many. We are
Mhm.
all creating so many. This very conversation is to ignite that very leadership in someone watching us, because the voice of every woman matters to change someone's life. And this way we can change the world.
The fire is burning and we should not extinguish the fire. We
Def-
should continue stoking the fire and putting more wood into the fire.
Yes, amen to that. And we should hold hands. This is why I am so happy you're here, because I want to put you forward with the incredible work you do. And we want
Mhm.
more women to be able to hold our hands together, because this togetherness is what will keep igniting and growing that flame.
Yes, I agree with you. I think we can do better job at supporting women because I think that women don't support women enough, and it's happening across all different elements of life. We could be more supportive towards women, but also we need to invite men, and we need to do it actively, and we need to do it through speaking out, through
Mm.
talking to people. And I always do it. For example, if I'm in the gym, or if I'm at a bar, if I'm speaking to friends, if I'm at a restaurant, if I'm surrounded by men, if I'm with male clients, I don't run away from these conversations. If I hear something, I bring it up and I say
Wow.
why, and I challenge them, and I speak to them as fathers, as brothers, as friends, as co-founders, as VCs. I speak to them how important it is. This is not about putting women on a pedestal and pushing away men into the corner. This is
No.
not about choosing a woman just because she's a woman, so giving her a privilege because of that. This is about realizing we're equal, because this is still not there as a thought
Mm.
across a
Amen.
lot of industries
Mm.
and politics and leadership. This is not still there. In fact, the other day I got upset again on social media. I think it was The Economist Middle East posted a list of the top 30 most successful leaders in tech.
Mhm.
There was not even one woman.
Wow. But they
30.
exist in tech.
The Middle East, you will be surprised, but they have so many tech experts, females, that
Yeah.
are so good in technology. They're so good
True.
in AI. And
Mm.
I know that because I spend a lot of time in that side of the world. I
Mhm.
am interviewing women for my podcast. In fact, I'm currently speaking to so many experts in tech that it
Excellent.
is offensive that
Yes.
not even one woman is featured. And then I actually commented and I said that this is so concerning, and their comment back was absolutely absurd. They were like, "Oh, we didn't create this top 30 considering having gender consideration." And I'm like,
That's
exactly,
that's not what we were saying. Yeah.
that's exactly what we said. And then I said, listen, first of all, delete this before you go down as a media, or use ChatGPT to improve how you write as a media. And
Wow.
second, just rename this.
Wow.
Just call it top 30 male experts in AI in the
Exactly.
Middle
Just
East.
exactly. No need to say 30. Yeah. Wow. This is
But
fascinating.
imagine the
Because
reverse.
it is.
Imagine the reverse.
Yeah.
Just imagine. Just imagine the comments.
Yeah. That would have been shocking. Anyway, this was a delightful. We can stay like this forever. I want to ask you one last question before we wrap up. I always ask my guests about their own feeling and understanding of leadership. What does leadership means to you, Ayo? Ayo.
First of all, I think that leadership is responsibility. You have to be the kind of a person who's ready to take responsibility. And it is radical responsibility. So you are responsible for your life experience, you are responsible for how life is going and how you're creating life. Leadership is all about being responsible. I also want to reinvent leadership because
Mm, I
we
like that.
have we have created our understanding of leadership to be extremely masculinized. In fact, there's a whole chapter about leadership in the book. You will love that
I am
because it
waiting
is
for the
about
book to arrive. I'm so waiting for it.
it
Absolutely.
is about reinventing leadership because we are operating from terms that were given a wrong definition. And so, if we do that, if we stick to leadership the way it was defined and the way it is working through the masculine lens and how men are leading, we can't do that. It doesn't apply to women. And so we need to redefine leadership. First of all, we need to have new wave of leadership, not fix the old leadership. We need a
Mhm.
brand new model of leadership. It's not about fixing the old engine, it's about creating a
Creating
completely new one.
new one. I love it. This is perfect to end with. We're creating a new paradigm. We're creating a new engine. We're creating a new way of looking at men and women. I love it. For me, that's
Exactly.
all. This has was such a delight. Thank you so much for being with me.
My
Congratulations.
pleasure.
And you are such a beautiful woman, a beautiful soul. And thank you for all what you do. And thank you for the book, because I'm getting it for my daughters. And I wanted them to read something that will inspire them. And you are
Thank
surely a
you.
great inspiration. Thank you for being with me.
Thank
Thank
you. I
you.
appreciate you. And thank you to everybody who was listening and watching.
Mhm. Thank you.